What's going on, guys? Desi. I recorded this video earlier on the live, but my file did end up corrupting, so I'm going to re-record it really quick here and give basically my thoughts on NQ. So, obviously I want lower, and let's kind of break it down on each time frame. So the weekly still has this FEG that we are rejecting from, but also we have this order block, right? NQ, today we kind of pushed towards order block and got a rejection. So this is how the weekly's looking like. I still want the CE of this FEG, right? I want lower. I want into the 440s. I want lower into maybe the 200s. Just lower is needed on this indice, because if you look at the monthly chart, if we're using the monthly FEG, we are quite a ways away from that CE as well. And also keep in mind, on NQ, this is a monthly inverse FEG that we're getting rejections from. Right? So we close as the inverse. It looks cleaner on ES, which I'll show you guys at the end. But we are getting that rejection there. Let's go on into the daily chart and see what I'm looking at here. We have a fair value gap right here that's rejecting. We tapped into the CE of it during ER today. And also right here, there is a order block turned into a breaker. So a lot of confluence on the downside for NQ. We have this volume imbalance that we do need to tag into tomorrow. So that's the daily, weekly. Let's break it down into the 4 hour. 4 hour, we took out those equal highs, right? The bias was very clear for Tuesday's, trading day, but it was very, tough price action to trade. So we really didn't execute too much on the upside. In terms of our draw on liquidity, what am I going to use tomorrow for our first trim level? Well, if you look at NQ on the hourly chart, we have some relative equal lows posted up right here. And this will be our first trim for tomorrow. Ideally, you want to see this gap get violated here overnight, and then we'll tap back into it and move down. Now, I'm not sure if we are going to get a complete, a clean move down tomorrow, but if it happens overnight, that's why we're in swing. So we could check that off with that. Like I said, our trade should already be very green on QQQ since we bought in after hours. This 4 hour fair value gap that I was talking about, I wanted to get a balance to take out that equal high. Didn't get tapped into, and we left it as a breakaway gap. We will trade back into this. Do not open new short positions within this fair value gap. It is not going to have a reversal, but it will bounce, right? Meaning we'll probably get a 30-40 point reaction off this FEG, but not have a full-blown reversal back to the upside. It'll just be more like something like this. Come down, boom, boom, whatever, and then continue lower, whatever the case may be. Let me get off of that. All right, so that's what I'm looking at on NQ there, and I want to show you guys something on ES. And I think the ES draw on liquidity is actually very, very clear, a little bit more clear than NQ actually. So let's go to the monthly chart on ES. Right, monthly is obviously the most powerful time frame because it's the highest time frame we use. And obviously I'm not using the yearly or 6 month, but I talked about that inverse fair value gap on NQ. Well, if you look at ES here, what are, if this was a 1 minute structure, right? If this is 1 minute structure right here, what would you be looking at? You'd say, okay, this OB right here hasn't broken through. We are still trading within this order block. We had a break of structure on the monthly, correct? We had a break of structure, displacement candle, but now that 1 minute candle, if it was a 1 minute structure, right, that now flips to the inverse. So now what are we going to do? Wait for the inverse to short. Now the inverse is already printing in terms of, we tapped into and now we're moving down. Where is going to be our draw on liquidity? Well, we have a draw on liquidity right here. That's very close. Some relative equal lows on ES right around 41 20s, 41 50s. So let me draw this out better to scale. Yeah, around 41 30s is what I'm looking for on ES in terms of this downside move. Like I said, I don't think we have bottomed yet. This is a order block, right? Down candle before some displacement. These are the order block retest lows, so we'll come and sweep those sometime soon. And if we want to get really aggressive, we'll come out and take out these relative equal lows as well. Like I said, let's go to the weekly chart because this is actually interesting. I remember when we were trading down here. Let's go to ES1 so you see the full picture. I remember when we were trading down here, I was like, these lows are left for some reason, and I do think, if you look at it this way, it looks very, very smooth. Obviously, we'll look at these lows here first at around the 41 30s. We're not going to worry about this too much, but I'm just trying to show you guys where the draw on liquidity is and this could get very, you know, it could happen very quick. What is this right here? What we call is low resistance liquidity. And, you know, once that low resistance liquidity gets formed, it's very, you know, quick in terms of, you know, liquidity getting taken. So I'm just gonna leave the video there. I'll get this posted as soon as I'm done recording, and catch you guys tomorrow.